Welcome to the CroftCast. This is the Big Kahuna here from deep inside the Croft compound. In fact, I am in the very room that was occupied by the little apple that didn't fall far from the tree, John F. and Croft. And I have decided to totally make this room my new man room. While I was down here working on the man room, which I have not completed as of yet, I've got some, gonna have some fun stuff coming up on the walls. But it put me to thinking back a long time ago when we first got this house. And the little apple and the damage that he inflicted upon this house, just being a boy. I hope I don't inflict that kind of damage upon the CroftCast. But if I do, okay, no big deal. While I was down here, I was thinking about when John went off into the Marine Corps, I said, do not leave here without getting all that stuff boxed up, picked up, and put up. Because he was getting married, and I knew he was going to I thought he would want his stuff. As it turns out, it was here for quite a while. When I was packaging stuff up and boxing it up, I found, get this, I found chicken bones. Chicken bones with no meat on it that were starting to petrify. I found all kinds of stuff that I didn't even know he had. Sidebar note, keep your eye on your kids. You can't trust them. Anyway, in retrospect, I wish I'd wore a hazmat suit because I have health problems today because of going down and cleaning that room up. Anyway, we're going to be talking about a number of different things. Probably going to have some special guests on, or not. I will be bouncing all over the map. Also, warning, I'm bad to run down rabbit holes. Hard for me to stay on point anymore. I forgot to put my hat on. And as you can see, I'm a man of many hats. And I got a new thing up here. Don't know if you can see it. It's my Arkansas, Texas flag. True story. Just before my mom and dad moved to Texas, I was conceived in Arkansas. And then, I guess to strike it rich, they moved to Texas. And I was born in Texas, January the 18th, 1949. Sleet, drizzly, nasty, cold. I'm sure that the very next day, though, it was probably 80 degrees or 90 and sunny. But anyway, I was born in Fort Worth, Texas. And so I have always had a special place in my heart for the state of Texas. But it's equal love, just like the love I have for the state of Arkansas. But you got to admit, you can spend a lifetime in Texas having fun and never run out of stuff to do. Arkansas, not so much. It don't take, I can go from one end of Arkansas to the other end of Arkansas probably in 4 hours. Now, I sort of live what they say central Arkansas, but I'm really not central Arkansas. I'm more like northeast central Arkansas. I'm closer to the north end of the state than I am to the south end of the state. I'm in the foothills of the Ozarks. I can take off in just about any direction and end up in the hill country, except if you go to the liquor store, you're going to drive through the flatland. And how somebody can live in the flatland is beyond me, because it will get boring. Have you ever been up to Illinois and on up into Indiana and go through corn country? It's flat. Not as bad as Kansas. You go through Kansas and you better be taking some kind of pills, because you will go to sleep. That's how boring the drive is. Speaking of Kansas, a picture, if you will, wagon trains headed west, going to out west, gonna homestead, start a new life, and they get to Kansas, and all the quitters stopped and stayed there. So when you go to Kansas, that's what you're gonna find, a bunch of quitters. You got to go on all the way out to, I don't know, California, and those people made it. And now look what they've done. It's a crap hole. So I highly suggest, if you're thinking about relocating, the South. But if you come to the South, don't be bringing none of your stuff with you. We like it just like it is here in the South. We don't want a bunch of yuppies coming down here, buying real estate up, and the next thing you know, they're making rules and regulations. People from the South don't like rules and regulations. What we do like is fried chicken, biscuits, and gravy. And do you know the best fried chicken in the whole world? You know where you get it? You get it from your grandmama's kitchen. That's where you get it. All grandmothers in the South make the best fried chicken and gravy and biscuits. I'll tell you what goes good with biscuits and gravy. Fried squirrel. If you ain't ever had fried squirrel, you are missing out on a true Southern delicacy, especially in Arkansas. And in fact, some people in the state actually fry the squirrel head, crack that little thing open, and dig them brains out of there. Now, say what you will about the people from Arkansas, but we ain't scared to try new things. I myself am not a squirrel brain eater, but being the Big Kahuna, I'll try it at least once. With the exception of pickled sheep eyes that Andrew Zimmerman guy, who I like, by the way, but he'll eat anything. I got to draw the line at pickled eyeballs and, I don't know, that stuff that they dug up out of the ground after it had been in there a couple of 100 years, and they were really excited over the quantity of the maggots that were working in it. So I'm thinking, okay, they're going to eat this cheesy stuff. No! They were eating the maggots. Now, that ain't how I rolled. I would have gone with the white cheesy stuff. Are we good? Enough about that. MoveOn.org. A lot of crazy things going on after November the 3rd. The Rona's still here. If anybody has any information on where I can sign up for some of the free stuff, I'd kind of like to know, because, well, I'm fixing to retire and I need free stuff, because you can't have too much stuff. You may think you can have too much stuff, but I have not only my stuff, I've still got some of my kids' stuff. I've got stuff that my grandkids play with. I am a collector of stuff. And if you're not collecting stuff, what do? It's better to have stuff and not need it than to need stuff and not have it. I bought a huge shop, storage facility, if you will, and I can't even use it because it's got everybody else's stuff. And that would not be a problem, except that years after the fact, they remember and go, hey, you remember that treadmill I told you to hang on to? Well, on your way to Florida, can you bring it with you? Which I'm going to have a huge sale, and I'm selling everybody's stuff but my stuff. I'm going to keep my stuff because my stuff is important. My wife, Karen, told me the other day, and I'm going to wrap this up as quick as I can. She told me the other day I need to get rid of some of my stuff. I don't buy stuff to get rid of or to sell. My stuff, after I'm dead and gone, if you don't want it, you put it out by the curb and you live with the shame. I am going to plan on having some special guests this week. I am not going to tell you who they are because they are invitation only and not even they know. In fact, it is so covert and secret that not even I know. I will do it just like I always do everything else in my life. I will make it up as I go. And speaking of making it up as we go, you got to have a plan. And it's always a good thing to have a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C. I run the entire gamut of the entire alphabet because you just can't have too many plans. And some people have asked me, they say, well, Kahuna, what's plan D? I don't know, but when we need plan D, I'll pull it right out my butt and we'll have it. And if it don't work, and I pride myself in this, I have always been able to get out of stuff as fast as I get into it. You got to have a good reverse. If you don't have a good reverse, you could find yourself stuck. Anyway, I want to say a little bit. This week was Veterans Day was this week, and veterans hold a special place in my heart. I have many veteran friends, and I appreciate all my veteran friends. But I also want to say something in conjunction with Veterans Day. To be thankful for the families of our veterans, the wives or the husbands, the mothers, the fathers, the grandparents. Because when you're in the military, and you may be thinking, I'm in the military, it's all about me. Your family makes that sacrifice as well. Now, they may not be in harm's way, but they spend a lot of nights thinking about you being in harm's way. Speaking of harm's way and veterans, I've thought a lot about during the Rona and the quarantine and all this essential crap. There are no essential workers. Yeah, if you're a nurse and you're working in a hospital and you're exposed to people with the Rona, I get that. If you're in the pharmacy and you're dealing with people coming in, people coming out, and you come up with a plan, you're no more essential than anybody else. Yeah, the pharmacy has to stay open, but don't be making yourself a hero. Tell you what, go out and sleep in the jungle some night or in the desert some night. Think about every day of your life. Somebody may take your life, and you're doing this for your country. And don't be getting the big head. Firemen, policemen, and our military, these are essential people because they provide us with safety, with freedom, and they put their lives on the line. Like I said, You may be a nurse in the hospital and you're putting your life on the line. You've taken one for the team. But if you're working in Walmart, yeah, you don't know, but it's okay. Walmart is going to be okay. Home Depot, they're going to be okay. And I appreciate you going to that trouble. But don't put yourself in the same position or think you're right up there with the people that shed blood for this country. Because I'm not buying it. I don't want to hurt your feelings. But if you ain't got no real skin in the game, and when I say skin, and your mom and daddy got skin in it because you're in it, your grandparents got skin in it, your brothers, your sisters, they live it for the whole time you're gone. I know you alleged essential people could make the same argument. It's not a bad argument, but don't expect the same respect from me that I will give our veterans and our law enforcement people and our firefighters, our paramedics. These people are in the trenches. And with that, I'll catch y'all on the flip side.